Let's just keep it a buck. All right.
And we're back with another episode of Keep It a Buck podcast, episode 86. Episode 86. Who's number 86? I want to say, what's homeboy? Hines Ward? Is Hines Ward 86?
That might have been the one that I could have probably.
Hines Ward?
Yeah, that's the only one I could probably think of.
That's the only number I could think of right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't think of any 86 off the top of my head. You already know Chad Ochocinco was 85 for last week. But this your boy Keeks. You can follow me at GSFK860. That's the Game Speed page. That's free training for the kids in the community. So make sure you follow. Yep. And the kids we train are going dumb. So they're doing well, and we appreciate y'all for training with us. And we hope y'all just keep doing y'all thing. This is why we train for free. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who does. We appreciate you guys, and we're going to keep doing what we do for the people that we do it for, and that's y'all.
Yes, sir. This your boy Coop. You can follow me at Coop_1988 on most platforms. Appreciate the love. Make sure you keep like, share, subscribing.
Shout outs for the day. You got any shout outs, Coop?
Shout out to Auntie Gunna. She been
she be tuned
in. I'm just finding out
in.
she tuned into the pod every week. I like it. Shout out.
Definitely shout out
support.
Auntie Gunna, yo. Love you. You already know. Shout out to the freshman boys. Shout out to the sophomore boys. We had you guys a couple years ago for basketball, and I'm just happy to see the sophomore boys doing what they got to do, helping out the varsity team as much as they can in the different varsity spots that they're in. And shout out to the freshman boys for just going up there and trying to figure things out. You guys are going up there and realizing a lot of the conversations that me and Mr. McLean had with you guys are starting to like form into fruition this year. So you guys just have to stay together and not fold on each other, yo. Everything can't be everybody else's fault. It's you guys versus the other team and versus everybody else. If there's beef in y'all locker room, if there's fighting in y'all locker room, if you guys do not get along, if you guys don't like each other on the basketball court as well as off, then it's going to be tough for y'all to win. Same thing we've been telling y'all since last year, but y'all going to see y'all going to have to figure it out on your own. Me and Mr. McLean not there forever. All right? Yeah, though, what's next? We just did shout outs. Yeah. We got our sports education, sports jobs. All right. I found a title for that section, so I'll definitely make sure that we get that title out for the next time that we do, and I'll make sure that I have my notes in my laptop. My kids are here right now and on the other side, so they have my phone and they're keeping quiet over there, so I appreciate them. Let me knock on wood because that might not stay for too long. But yeah, our sports jobs for the day to where you guys can use your sports expertise that we've all gained throughout these many years of playing sports, and many people feel like they can't do anything with it if they're not going to the NBA. So we appreciate everything. And so the sports jobs that I'm choosing for today is going to be a videographer. You're going to be a videographer for any big sports team, or you could be a videographer for any type of sports team, and that could be able to get you money. Or also being a videographer, like a freelance videographer, to where you can build your page and your creativity and build your own gallery and stuff. That is also a way for you to be able to draw money. There's multitudes of ways for you to draw money with being a videographer and videotaping sports.
I say mine is a social media manager, especially how
we run, right?
Yeah, how social media is run.
Well, we just say go hand in hand for us specifically.
Yeah, so it's definitely you will need to grow your product. You must need social media presence. So I would say a social media manager.
I agree with that one. I like that one a lot. All right, so let's get into sports for the day. What is our first sports topic?
We could go with how the weekend went as far as the playoffs, man. Hey, yo, this was a dope weekend for a wild card.
It's a nice one.
I know.
It was a competitive one.
It was a very competitive
week.
I thought that it was going to be a couple blowouts, especially the Carolina Rams game. I thought it was going to be kind of a lopsided game. They gave us a 34-31. And it seems like every game besides Chargers Patriots came down to the last drive or the last 3-4 minutes. And everything seemed like it was a competitive game. Well, I didn't get to watch Steelers game. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I fell asleep early, man. Monday was killing me. But I'll say as a whole, it was a great start to the playoff weekend. Did you want to start? Did you watch every game?
I didn't watch every game. I watched the Eagles game specifically because I had to watch that for us. And then I watched the Patriots game.
Okay,
that was the other one that I watched.
Yeah.
The Patriots game was kind of like a blow spot, so I wasn't paying too much attention to it. But Eagles game, we can go whichever one you want.
I don't want. We can go straight to it.
Let's go.
We can get straight to the business.
Yep, let's go.
We can get straight to the business.
And I might yell today.
49ers versus Eagles.
What happened that day, Coop? Was it Saquon's fault?
They are what we thought they were.
Saquon wasn't good enough that day, even though AJ Brown didn't get the ball in the second half because he was crashing out in the first half. Was it Saquon's?
The ball 4 or 5 times.
Okay,
my bad. Go ahead.
So, and again, was it Saquon's fault that everybody thinks that their offensive coordinator is just that bad that he got fired a couple days after they lose? Is it Saquon's fault that they put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and the receivers are not coming up with the ball for Jalen Hurts? Devontae Smith balled out. I respect it.
Nah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, the couple catches I seen, he had a few catches and he was securing catches and he was
dropped
getting
that
pass.
He dropped a huge pass.
So again, that leads to my point too. So he played well throughout the game.
Targets 11, caught 8.
That's good.
AJ Brown target 7, caught 3.
So that's not good. So that's what I'm saying. He had the better game.
Yeah.
For if you're talking
more
about
than
percentage
50%.
you're talking about percentage on catching, and the targets, he had 11 targets, had 8 catches. So that's what I'm saying. He was catching the ball
I get what you're
and
saying.
getting yards and making the secure catch. So that's why I said he was the one that was doing well.
Okay.
But besides that, you just said 3 receptions and 11 targets or 7 targets for AJ Brown as well.
Okay.
So the receivers weren't coming up with the ball, and I saw some ugly drops. Or I saw some not getting there to the ball from the tight end. Again, it's not always so Saquon had to endure all this and still played the game he played, right? He still had over 100 yards.
106.
Still with a box full. Right? You watched that. You saw 8 in the box, right? You saw 8 in the box, right? Sometimes 7, but you saw 8 in the box. There was usually there's 8 in the box. Sometimes there's a couple points in the game where I saw 9, where they're just all right, I'm daring you to throw the ball. So I just can't blame Saquon, or I can't just say Saquon isn't what I thought he was because of all these outside sources. Again, football is 22 people in important positions.
Okay.
So. And he played well.
Okay. What do you think what I said before is the issue with the Eagles? Because where did our argument first start? Our debate first start? Where did the debate first start?
Saquon.
It started Saquon saying the team goes as far as Saquon goes. Saquon is chilling. Saquon,
Yo, everything I said, bro, is everything that I said is true.
Mm-hmm.
If you go look at his yards since then, if you go look at Saquon's yards since then, bro, he's had since I said that he had multiple 100-yard games, and then also they have a stat for him where he's rushing over 70 yards, where his September stats is 50 yards or something average, and then his after that stats is 70 something and on. So he progressively
He only had one
better.
game 132 yards since you said that.
So, but he had
one of them was 78.
What were his last 4 games? His last 4 games.
Last 4, well, not including the playoffs.
No, include the playoffs.
Include the playoffs. Last 4. Okay, I'm just asking you. So it was 78. 132, 68, and 106.
Good. That's 68. Let's make sure we say that with that 68 yards he had 57 in the first half.
Yes.
So let's say that I'm going to say that he chilled out in the second half because we all saw. Yes, you can, because they won the game still.
Okay.
That was the point. The point of the game is to win the game. So he secured that. In the other game that he had between those 4 games was a 78-yard game.
Okay.
And that's, again, pretty close to 100. That's not no 40, 50-yard
right.
game. So out of those 4 games, he had the ability, and he honestly, I can say that he had 100 yards 3 games out of those 4 games, and then that other game he had 78.
We can't say that.
Okay.
We can't say that because it didn't happen. My whole premise
You have 57 in the first half,
Okay.
and then you chill in the second half. That means you chill.
My whole premise was the fact that you saying he could turn it on and off.
He did this
Okay.
season.
Here we go. That's why I posted what I posted. I said he might. That doesn't mean the whole team. It's 11 people. Like you said, it's 22 people.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean the team can. That was my whole situation. The Eagles is not as good. That's all I said. And you said they got Saquon Barkley. I said he's not enough, basically. That's all I was saying. I don't think you.
But he was enough. They had locker room turmoil that day for them to lose.
Thank you.
But also that was to my sentiment earlier, though. Earlier in
You
the
said
year,
it wouldn't matter.
No, earlier in the year when I said with A.J. Brown, if there was an issue, it would be with A.J. Brown.
Okay, here's what I said.
Because he doesn't like being there. So they're trying to make him happy.
Okay.
And then once we get to the playoffs and stuff, when we know the person who needs to get the ball is supposed to get the ball, it's
Here's what I said. I said they are struggling almost in every game.
Mm-hmm.
They are a horrible second half team.
they definitely have been
They are a
showing
horrible second half team.
Mhm.
I said, you don't think this is going to be amplified in the play? You don't remember me saying that? You don't think it's going to be? Did it not amplify in the second half?
It was a one possession game, and it was a last game.
I can't call it. It looked horrible in the second half, Khalid.
It
It
did.
looked.
But it looked really good the first quarter.
The first quarter, and he did. Like I said, Saquon had a good game. I would say he had a good game, but my whole premise was Saquon is not the team.
Nobody is a team, but
Yeah.
again, it's just like the Lamar Jackson thing. You got to do your job, bro. That's all. If I'm doing my job, you got to do your job.
I think Jalen Hurts did his job because those drops are pivotal in those point in time.
So exactly, people got to show up.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. With these Patrick Mahomes teams, the running back showing up, the tight end showing up, the receivers showing up. When Patrick Mahomes gives you the ball, you make a play. And I know they're going to say Patrick Mahomes teams led the league in drops this year. That's fine for this year. But when Patrick Mahomes is in contention to win a championship and he's floating around in those playoffs and they need big plays made, Patrick Mahomes is giving it to somebody and they're securing the catch. They're doing what they have to do on their end.
So here's what I would say is, just for you, just for purposes of making sure I come in correct, I watched the whole thing again and listen to the people watching analysts and see what they say. They didn't stack the box until second half. Now, first half, he had 71 yards, and his success rate was 55%. So he did really well.
You're proving my point.
I know I'm proving your point. I'm not saying I'm not proving your point as far as Saquon. I'm still saying Saquon had a good game. I'm not taking away that. And then the second half, they made adjustments. What you got to do was second half, you have to make adjustments.
Exactly. You make adjustments. So once they stack the box, now I pitch,
Okay.
and now the receivers have to catch. This is
40%.
this is how football's supposed to go.
His success rate went to drop 15% to 40%. What I would say is, I give the whole team responsibility of this loss.
Well, if I got
The reason why, and then what you said about injuries. What did you say
what about him?
about Saquon? He's preserving what?
He's preserving, trying not to get injured.
And guess what happened?
He got injured.
Yes. I don't know if it was his hip or his ankle.
I saw that at the end of the game. I saw
So
that.
when you seen him do that, the drag route, he wasn't moving like Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
You seen him grimacing on the like. That's what I said. It doesn't matter. This is football. This shit can happen at any given time.
It definitely can.
So,
but he made it this long. It could have happened earlier in the season if he's
could've,
not
but
trying to
what
preserve himself.
My thing is preserving yourself, and you want to go in hot. They are a horrible team, and then you got Patullo.
But he did. My thing is, he did what he had to do to go in hot. The last three games,
but that could have been play calling.
Yo, the last
been play calling.
The last 3 games that he just had is literally even prior to the playoffs is what I told you, bro, and what you just named. 132 yards, 78 yards, and then he had 57 yards in the first half, bro.
And then it emulated into the playoffs.
And he went and had 100-something yards.
I get you what you're saying, but it emulated on everything. I said this is exactly what I said was going to happen. I said what I say about AJ Brown. About the situation, I said, yo, imagine the scenario. It wasn't like I said zero. I did say 0-0. I said, but imagine the scenario. AJ Brown feels like he's not getting the ball enough. They are in a tight, close game. It's the end of second quarter. What you think going to happen? Exactly happened. They was arguing on the sideline at the end of the second quarter.
Yep. So
exactly what I call
and that's
happened.
Still not Saquon's fault.
I'm not. It's the whole team fault. I take the whole team as because when it goes to the point you're just coasting.
Yeah,
it's hard to turn on something when you're just coasting.
I've talked to every Eagles fan
on all cylinders.
I've talked to every Eagles fan that I know besides Paul Winston, and you work with him.
Yes.
Once. Yes. Okay, hold on. Is it mommy? Answer it. But
So. Yeah, Paul.
Paul Winston's probably the only one I haven't talked about. I talked to Paul Craig. He's not saying nothing about Saquon, bro. He's not saying, yo, Saquon could have did more. We needed Saquon to do this more. They're not saying that. They're talking about the offensive coordinator. They're talking about the receivers that were dropping the ball.
1000%.
This is what they're talking about.
The play calling was fucking horrendous.
This is what they're talking about. Horrendous. Saquon is not on anybody's radar for as in he could have did more, or like Saquon's fallen off. This is why we lost this game, or this is why our season's going this way. That's my whole thing. When you were saying, and this is what frustrated me, when you were saying he had to prove himself to. No, Saquon's still doing what he does, and he's still doing what he got to do. At some point, you need to preserve yourself, and you need to make sure that you can collect that long-term money. This is $1 million business. 1 year for him is how much money? So you're gonna say that. For this 1 year business, for this 1 year that I'm going to put my all and jeopardize my next few years and my next few checks. This is a business, and it's his job at the end of the day.
As a running back, your career is not as long as what you say is possible. So you try to prolong it. I get that. That could go both ways. So my point is, you preserving yourself for what? Everybody still wants to chip. I'm pretty sure he wants the Super Bowl, correct? So you preserving yourself for what? He wanted that chip. He know he wanted that chip.
How much did he? He preserved himself to the right point. He preserved himself to produce, and that's exactly what he did. What I'm telling you, he did it to a T. It's just when you have so many other pieces behind you or around you like Saquon, bro, there's so many other things for a football team to be able to mess up on. Bro, he came in, preserved himself, and showed up exactly when it was time for him to show up.
Here's my issue with it, because what you're saying ties into the biggest issue.
What's up?
Is the play calling. Is the play calling. So I can't give Saquon because he did great this first half, and then they started loading the box, doing whatever as far as then. And the play calling could be bubble screens for Saquon, RPO for Saquon, I formation for Saquon. They didn't like. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he didn't have a good game.
And so that's even to the point with bad play calling, 3 games
it was
in
horrible.
a row. Ball not going to your best receiver, so it's hard for you to even get running because they're not throwing the ball to their best receiver. Bro, this is. I'm
not blaming Saquon. I just say I already know that the Eagles. I just said the Eagles in itself can't click.
I feel that.
I said they're so much in turmoil. And you said that, and I said also this. I said, yo, they're in so much close games. And then your reason was, well, that I'm going to prepare them to be in a close game. I said, boys, over. That stuff boils over after a while when, you know what I'm saying, especially what they had behind closed doors. Not even closed doors. It was out there in the media. So it's just like, and I won't even say shout out to you. Go ahead. What I was saying, but also I would say like a huge part, and I'm just not getting it, why Jalen Hurts don't use his legs more. I don't like
That's a good question, too.
I don't know why he doesn't lose his. And one thing is, a lot of people don't understand too. He's in a bad place too. Jalen Hurts. He has a different offensive coordinator for the last 4 years.
That's tough to deal with.
So he has to change
System
because they've been a
plays.
winning team. So everybody, what's the first thing people go for?
The winning
Offensive
team.
coordinator. So I don't think Nick Patullo is going to get it. I don't think he's going to get a run for it. But my whole thing was, and that's why I said it was never towards Saquon. It was always the fact this team ain't going to be able to click when they need to.
That's exactly what it looked like too at the end. They
It
did
looked
not
bad.
click when they needed.
AJ
to.
Brown won't be there.
Yeah, no.
I don't
gone.
think. Yeah,
AJ Brown is gone. I wonder what they could get for him, though. Honestly, they might mess around and get a. But honestly, would he be happy over there, like a Pickens or something?
I think
'Cause
he'll like.
Pickens wasn't picked up for like too long of a deal in Dallas.
Somebody's mentioned he might want to go with Mike Rabel. Patriots.
Yo, if AJ Brown goes to the Patriots,
Oh, it's bad. Oh, that'd be bad news for everybody.
if he goes, if AJ Brown goes to the
If
Patriots,
AJ
just know,
Brown.
dog, that's another championship. For him.
And they're already clicking right now. That's the crazy part. He
And
like
Drake May is really that.
he got a bomb. He got a bomb. Drake May got a bomb arm on him, man. So that was my only flight with Eagles. That's it.
What's the next playoff?
That's
game?
it.
Do we want to go to the future playoff games? Well, I feel like the
Oh, we doing the picks, or you want to talk about the A-Rod and all this other the other situations?
let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Was this Aaron Rodgers' last football game?
Hold on, before we go, we go there. I'm a Packers fan.
Yo, honestly,
I
don't
I'm
care
speak
about
about
it.
it.
I'm gonna talk about it too. I don't care about that Packers game. I was right. I was right.
As far as what?
Y'all was up 21-0. Y'all should have won that damn game. Y'all should have won that game. Y'all tweaking.
Khalid.
And I said honestly, my premise behind it again, their defense
That's horrible.
is not good enough to like their defense is good, but like to hold you guys, I feel like your guys have a high powered offense. Micah Parsons is not on your offense. You guys have had a high powered offense all year. I felt like you guys just due to injuries, but even throughout your injuries from your receiver core, when Christian Watson comes back, y'all look good.
We could be a high power.
So,
I don't think we would.
The fact for y'all defense, though, I feel like y'all defense was decent enough to hold up against them. And y'all were. You came down to the last possession of the game, just like some of these other games, bro. But you guys did not get blown out, bro. You guys were up 21-0.
No, 21-3.
21-3.
You can ask my cousin. I told him, I was like, yo.
Just wait.
I said I wasn't even happy about the 21-3. And you know how I am with the Packers. I said
I do know how you are with the Packers. You ain't never happy with the Packers.
I said the BS is about to happen.
You could have said that. You could have said the BS is gonna happen, and Packers could have scored 3 more touchdowns, and you would have been sitting there like this.
I seen it happening, and I was like, yo, I don't know what I felt. I wasn't happy what was going on. I even said when we was up 21, I was like, yo, we're going to need points here. And we missed the field goal, which we need to fire that guy. We missed the field. I was like, yo, we need points here. We missed the extra point. Shout out. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Caleb Williams, man.
Yo.
Oh, my gosh. I hate to say it, man, but he definitely should be, if not MVP, definitely Offensive Player of the Year. He has
even
had
over Drake?
6, huh?
Even over Drake?
He should be MVP. I said Drake May should be MVP.
Okay.
I feel like Caleb Williams should be Offensive Player of the Year.
He has balled out all year.
I think he should be.
He didn't start out
6 comeback
the
wins.
best. Yeah, I'll say he started out a little bit slow, but he turned it up.
Yeah, 6 comeback
And
wins.
guess
this
when
year.
Caleb Williams decided to turn it up? It's honestly always the Cowboys. We was the first game that got him hot, and he ain't never looked back since. Shout out the Cowboys for being Caleb Williams' stepping stone.
It was a great game though. The Packers and Bears. It was a great game. We had no turnovers. I believe they had 3 turnovers. Who loses a game when they have 3 turnovers?
And this is what I'm saying.
So I don't know. Man.
I felt like y'all could have won.
FanDuel.
Y'all could have won.
FanDuel.
Or y'all should have won, in my opinion, the Packers.
So, but
what's next?
We could go to the A-Rod situation. Oh, shout out to that reporter too. I don't know if you've seen it for the Jaguars.
What happened?
Where she told the coach, pick your head up. You did great this season. Things of that. Like basically picked his head up after the loss against the Chargers. That was dope, man.
That's more of what players and coaches honestly want to see, and the headlines want to see the opposite.
You know what? They're killing her.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, that's the messed up part. They are killing her right now, saying she's fake news. That's not a journalist's job to do this. And they was like, some people was like, the season's over with. What salacious information do you want to get out of? Like, what's going to change the outcome? She's basically just big.
You ain't tell me nothing bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you want something salacious? Like, come on, man. I get it. But she was trying to big up, and she said she's been doing news steer for over 20 years. And, nah, man, don't be treating her like that, man. And it's a black woman.
They obviously want.
Shouts out to her. I'm trying to get her name. I forgot her name. I'll get it later. But shouts out to her.
Yeah, nah.
That's dope, man. And you need more stuff like that, man. When that's why journalists y'all make y'all job hard because y'all do this stuff maliciously sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna down her for trying to uplift the coach on his first year, making the playoff, did great. And I didn't believe in Jacksonville, but did great. And no, it wasn't Los Angeles Chargers. They took freaking the Bills to the end of the game. So like, come on now. The quote unquote gold great white hope. That was supposed to take people to promised land. He won that ticket.
Your boy went down with a karate chop. Huh? Somebody, you talking about Herbert?
No, not Herbert.
I thought you said
Josh Allen.
Oh, I thought you talking about Herbert. I saw Herbert go down, bro. Sitting there rolling out. Defender comes by, chops him in the head, and he falls down. I said, "Oh, nah, I don't care what Coop talking about. He ain't better than Dak.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
Going down with a chop.
I gave up that argument though early this year.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I gave up that argument early this year. I was like, yeah, Dak on something different, man. Dak on something different. All right, to A-Rod, man. They lost the game 30-6. It was a competitive game. The first quarter I watched, it was a competitive game. That defense looked for real, from what I seen. But yeah, A-Rod, he's there. You know what I'm saying? He can't make the throws like he should be. And he's a grumpy old man. But he's always been grumpy. But he's a grumpy old man now. But I don't think this is the last snap.
Okay.
What you think?
I don't think it's his last snap because this is where the hype starts, and if you have to start the hype somewhere, so if this was going to be his last snap, I felt like they would have prepared for it because he's such a great player, or he would have prepared his season for it, like to have like some type of like walk-off season and just be able like to get your stats. People know that you coming in there, you just trying to play, and like everything's not always like you're not trying to win. Not trying to win a championship because Peyton Manning wouldn't won a championship on his way out, but just like knowing that it's your way out, and people knew that was Peyton Manning's last year. So I feel like Aaron Rodgers last year will be prepped. I don't think that it'll be just this sudden thing to where he doesn't play anymore. I feel like he's too good of a quarterback and too great of a quarterback accolade-wise to just fall off the face of the NFL and just retire. I feel like he needs his walk-off season.
He's gonna need a great running. I mean, if they want to make a push, because like they say, man, you know, saying you play so much, you know, saying you turn yourself into to the evil villain. And I don't want to see him go out to whereas he lose 2 games, and not lose 2 games. He only wins 2 games. I'd rather him go out in the playoffs. I think this should be his last year. I don't think it's going to be his last year, but for next year, I would like him to go to a team who has like a top 5, top 10 type run offense and things of that sort. I love Mike. I love Mike Tomlin. I ain't gonna say I love the Pittsburghs, but it just doesn't. It looked kind of ugly to see Aaron Rodgers there. I don't know where I would want him to be. But I don't think Pittsburgh. Well, definitely Pittsburgh is probably not picking him up. But I would want him to see him go out on the high horse, man.
Team with a good defense.
Yeah.
Team with a good defense, good
the
run
Steelers
game.
wasn't too bad. Well, TJ Watt was out a few weeks and things of that sort.
That's tough too.
But
let's get into picks.
Speaking of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, 19 years.
Oh, yes.
19 years, man. That's my favorite.
We grew up
coach,
watching him
man.
as our black coach. I feel like that was everybody's black coach in the NFL.
That's my guy, man. It's just like he's a real players coach. He holds them accountable. And he's like he's a real leader of men. A real leader of men. You know what I'm saying? And you don't hear too much about Mike Tomlin as far as him being a bad coach or whatever, besides AB. I think he did a great job. And I don't think he should rush into getting coaching. I think he should take the year off. Go into broadcasting for a year and
get you some money.
Yeah, just chill.
Go in,
19
honestly,
years is a long time.
Mike Tomlin, you better go into podcasting. go get some checks from these podcasters out here throwing out that bread. That's what you need to do. There's some podcasters out here that got some good money that's throwing out bread for these interviews. Bring yourself on. I don't know if you want to go on there, but bring yourself on some Shannon Sharp or something. You know they paying for them interviews. But nah, shout out Mike Tomlin.
Shout out to Mike
congratulations
Tomlin,
on being able to step down. I'm happy that you got out of there with a championship. I know some people be like 19 seasons, and if he didn't get a championship, then it's going to be, oh, what did he do? So I'm happy that you got a championship just to shut people up, because even then you've had good win percentages. You've had winning teams. You had a lot of playoff runs. So shout out you. Shout out you, Mike Tomlin.
If this is his last year, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Okay. I agree.
Yes. And I know he's been with the same team for a long time, but he's been through multiple quarterbacks, and also he has a championship, and I feel like it's got to. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like got to go down to that win percentage too, bro. If you winning every year, dog, and you ended up making it far into the playoffs, and you did do what you had to do one year, at least 1 year, because it's so hard to win a championship in these eras, dog. I respect it.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to get to these picks?
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. First
Mike
ballot.
Tomlin. Okay.
First ballot.
Okay.
I would say.
Let's get into these picks.
All right, we got on January 17th, Saturday. We have 4:30 p.m. game. Broncos at Bills. Bills at Broncos.
Bills at
They got Denver 1.5, which is basically almost a pick'em game.
I got Denver. Because I don't like the way Josh Allen showed up at the end of the season. Honestly, I haven't been too fond of Josh Allen when it comes to big time games and like late game plays. So and the playoffs have been close. So I'm gonna go with Broncos.
I'm gonna go with Bills. This is the year for Josh Allen. If
it's gonna be any year, it's gonna be this one.
Be any year. It's got to be this year. I'm sorry. All right. January. The next game going to be at 8:00 p.m. It's going to be 49ers at Seahawks. Shout out to the NFC West too. 3 teams. It's still in there. Sheesh.
This is a tough one because the 49ers still have their injuries.
And they just lost what's the tight end name? He tore his Achilles. I forgot his name. Why the fuck?
And barely made it out of Philly, so
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Seattle. And
Seattle rise high. I'm gonna agree with you on Seattle. They giving Seattle 7.5 favorite. That's not good though.
That makes me not want to go.
Yeah, that's what I think. They got them at 7.5 favorite. Actually, that's the biggest spread. But shoot, Rams were supposed to smack the Panthers by almost 2 touchdowns. So it's the playoffs, baby. Any given Sunday. I'm gonna give it Seahawks though. I think that's too much of a complete team. Too much of a complete team to go against. So, all right, Sunday afternoon game. Texans at Patriots. That great defense against Drake May. Versatile. He was looking great running too.
I got the Patriots.
I can't argue that. This is a huge test, though.
I might put up some money in that game too.
This is a huge test for Drake May. Texas defense is totally legit.
Okay.
I still don't think C.J. Stroud is that good. Me personally, I still don't think so. I think his defense is it, and that's the reason why he's going this far. But I'm gonna give it the Patriots. Give it the Patriots. This probably is going to be my favorite game to watch. The Rams at Bears. And they got Rams at 3.5. They don't believe in the Bears at all. Sheesh. Because we was favorite.
I think this is where the Bears run ends. I got LA.
Damn, man. Yeah, I got this. I think so. I think that's too much of a complete team. Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, who I would say arguably has been the most consistent wide receiver out of all the bunch.
I respect it.
Devontae Adams been
Matt Stafford getting him that's smooth.
Devontae Adams, they say he's probably the best route runner out there. I'm just saying, man. You know, there's still Justin Jefferson's out there.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson's tough. There's some
Jamar
good route
Chase,
runners out there.
But they all say Devontae Adams is nasty with it. So I'm gonna give it to the Rams too. I think it ends here. So
Okay.
I think it ends here. All right.
Next for the day.
So off to the NBA. We have comments from Giannis Antetokounmpo in regards to the 65 game rule to become eligible for All-Pro honors.
And those are incentives.
So at the beginning, he said there was no problem. I was young. I could do 65 games. But as he gets older, he says it's hard to be able to make it to 65 games.
If you are, again, this is a job. This is an industry where a lot of money is poured into and a lot of money is brought out of it. So if you're not able to play, then you have to. I respect that for the All NBA. Honestly, I do. Some people talk about the playoffs, and I respect the fact about, well, if I get hurt one time, it's not my fault. I do want to rest up and be ready for the playoffs, or I've been playing for 20 years, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but this is a business.
It is.
They need people to play to be able to see the people they come. And even then, everybody's watching the games online and say everybody's watching clips these days. Those people that do buy tickets and come to the games, they want to see people play. And like every other game, you got somebody saying now you got a kid's family who sat there and bought a ticket to go to the game, and then they can't see the player. And I respect the player for not playing because this is in their right to not play if you're trying to keep yourself healthy for the longevity thing. But the NBA has to do what they have to do as a business to make sure people are playing. It's their product. If you're sitting here telling me that you're a teacher and you come into work for 50% of the year, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
I want my raise when that CBA comes up.
So from the business standpoint, I agree with it. I agree with it. And there's so many people coming up in so many athletes that there really is like enough, and you're starting to see like the levels level out more and more with the NBA of people. Like there's not much of a skill difference in people these days, or like as much as there were before. The skill difference in the skill, like the bar and the measurement for skill, it gets smaller and smaller, or the gap gets smaller and smaller between players. So yeah, I agree with the NBA for the rule because they need to on the business end, but for the players, I understand why they do it because shit, this is my job.
Yeah.
This is my job. If I'm getting $10 million a year and I extend my career for 5 years, that's an extra $50 million. That's an extra. Yo, that's an not just that's an extra $50 million. Dog, like that sounds worth it to me as an NBA player to want to extend my career and sit out a couple games so I can get an extra $50 million down the road like that. That makes sense as an NBA player.
What do you say to the players with the incentives as far as the superstars? Because usually it's the superstars who's trying to reach that 65 games. What do you say to them as far as, like, should they be still doing their job, or you just want to meet that mark of 65 games and or try to look? You think the plan should be like, yo, I'm gonna pick 65 games before the year begins? You think this is planned by them? By people like Antetokounmpo, people like a LeBron, Luka, everybody.
They could strategically do it, like obviously not planning on injury, because you don't plan on injuries. So once you do get, or not to say they do, but like some injuries could be little nicks that end up you taking a little bit longer of a break so that you can rest up a little bit more, because you do play 82 games in a regular season. So it's
I think
I wouldn't
NBA
put it past them.
Is the only one that has this problem, right?
With playing.
Definitely not NFL. It's too short of a season.
Too short of a season, and then they play once a week.
Yeah, for you to even think that you could just say, yeah,
I'm gonna play every other week.
Yeah, y'all.
We'll play every other week.
Yeah, so
we'll play twice a month.
But
yeah, for that.
I think NBA is probably the only one, and this is what makes older generation basketball players
get mad at us.
Get mad at the younger generation,
because they're saying like you're going to play basketball, but also to the younger generation, when people are telling them, well, you're just going to play basketball and you're getting millions of dollars. Everybody's trying to go play basketball and get millions of dollars, so it's tough to. So they're the best of the best, and they're doing what they do, and just as they're the best of the best, you got people that are, the game gets better, the game grows. So people that are younger than you, they're finding out these tools that you're teaching that people taught you, they're finding them out a little bit earlier. So you got sharks on the way to come get you while you're in the league. This is not something that, all right, you're in the league and I made it now. No, you're in the league and you got to play
Still
the people that's
job.
up there, and then you got to see the people that's on the way and that want to kill you and move you out the way. So I respect it for trying to do what you can as an NBA player, as an athlete, as a businessman, to be able to extend your career. I respect it from the NBA player. And also I do, it's just negotiations. It's part of the game. I respect both sides. I respect the NBA for the 65 game because you need people to play for your product. And then I respect the NBA players for wanting to sit out certain games or sit out games to be able to extend their career, because it's their business and it's their body.
Do you think that, and I know this is a repeated issue in the NBA, do you think they should shorten the season?
It's tough to now because this is what we get.
Summertime, basically.
This is what we get. If we shorten the season now, I mean, this is already what we get. So shorten the season now, I feel like it would hurt. It would hurt. It would. There already is a lot.
From
there's
October
a lot
to the middle of June, if you make the finals, you're playing basketball. That's a long time. That's moving city to city, getting treatment. Yeah, it does take a lot mentally.
It is.
That got to take a lot mentally.
But they did talk about starting the season a little bit later. But
But this was your dream.
When you start after the new year? Oh, this is your dream. This is your job, right?
This your dream.
This is your job.
This your dream. So you can't want both. Like, yeah, this is a lot. Your dream was to make it to the NBA. You got to take what it has to do with being an NBA player.
You take the perks and the downfalls.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of land on is like, yo, this is a path you're choosing, and for the fact that you've been doing it for so long to get here, why not? Because somebody will be willing to take your spot in a quick sec. So I don't know. I got that kind of mentality. Like, yo, you have to suck it up, man. Especially, you don't have to do 65 games. You do whatever you want to, but you're doing it for the incentives and getting the extra money. So why are you crying about it?
Thank you. It's in what did you say it was? Cool. Incentives.
Yeah, you don't have to do it.
The business can put rules around the incentives.
Yeah. What job they saying, yo, just work 3/4 of your contract and you
good.
still you could get this extra bag right here.
You good.
You know,
You good.
Yeah, so I don't know.
What's next on the topic? Cool.
All right, so we have another topic in regards to Jaylen Brown.
Oh.
He went off on refs on Saturday night against the Spurs.
He was cursing.
He said it was great. He said he don't give a damn about the fine. He'll pay it. He said, yo, they good, but they ain't that good. If we talk about the San Antonio Spurs, he said they good, but they ain't that good.
He said, damn, they good.
He said he feels like he plays the game right. He doesn't flop.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up strong. To not get to only shoot 4 free throws during the game is nonsense. The way he plays the game.
And he also said that they usually when they play these so-called top teams or top defensive teams, they usually end up shooting 4 free throws in the game, and they usually end up losing by around 4 points.
Yeah,
Mr. Jaylen Brown's words.
Since Jason Tatum is not there, it feels like they targeting Jaylen Brown even more now.
Because
The way he's,
because it diminishes, not diminishes, but it does diminish a little bit of what people say about Tatum and Brown just being this Robin, and he only is good with Tatum, or Tatum is only, or like the Celtics are only good with Tatum, or like Tatum's like just 1A. And honestly, it's not true. Tatum is great, but Brown is, I would agree with him. Brown's the best two-way player in the league, and Brown can also give you a buck. People were focusing a lot on the fact that the Warriors found a great way to play him in the finals because they had Draymond, they had Steph, they had all these people that are smart and understand basketball, and if they want to take some, they had to play LeBron James in the finals multiple times. You don't think that they don't know how to key on somebody not having a great left hand? So they exploited that. It made it seem like Jaylen Brown didn't know how to dribble with his left hand at all.
Yeah, they did make it seem like that. That was the biggest. Yeah.
So people made it seem like Jaylen Brown didn't have like an offensive game after that and just went through Tatum. But when I saw the Celtics play and when they won their championship, and even for the last couple years, when Tatum and Brown are on the court together for the game, they give Jaylen Brown the first half. And they give Jason Tatum the second half. So Jason Tatum won't score much in the first half, and then Jaylen Brown will like cool down in the second half. But you can also look at their shot attempts. Jason Tatum's shot attempts go up in the second half, and Jaylen Brown's shot attempts go down in the second half when they're playing together. But it's just them giving Jaylen Brown the first half and giving Jason Tatum the second half to finish. But whenever you look at highlights, you look at highlights of people closing out games, right? If somebody's giving the ball to finish the game, then you're gonna see that person that's finishing the game closing out with those highlights, and that's usually Jason Tatum. But Jaylen Brown's still coming in, getting 20, 30, and all this other stuff. But I think they're a great 1A. I think they're a great just duo. I don't think you have to put one over the other, or Batman Robin, honestly. And this helped me see it too. Because honestly, I thought Tatum was 1A and I thought Brown was 1B. But also, I didn't like doing that because I know what Tatum has a little bit over Brown on offense. Brown has over him on defense. And it's not even by a little bit. So I don't even like calling them 1A, 1B.
Do you think, and I do believe that they do get some type of audit. Do you think they should be audited every game?
The refs?
The refs, to whereas they get fined for making.
No.
You can make like making
How you
bad calls.
How you gonna get audited by the people that tell you what to do?
They say, yo, but if you're not, you got a rule book and you're not doing what we're telling you to do.
You think they
These bad calls?
You think they going against what's being told of them to do?
You probably right about that too.
These refs be making these terrible calls looking like this.
Yeah, I get that bag at the end of the day.
I know who's paying me.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
think
saying.
I care about what you talking about?
But it makes for a bad product too.
It does, but they need somebody to blame, right?
It makes for a bad product, man. When you I don't know.
What's next?
So what's next? Let me see here. All right. We got John Wall coming out saying our stats ruining basketball. He doesn't really like watching basketball now because of like 4 shooters, 1 big open lane situations. What's your thoughts?
So John Wall also says that Derrick Rose would, and so John Wall wasn't trying to just say that, well, I would kill in this generation. So it's not some old head bullshit talk. He talked about Derrick Rose as well and what he would do in the lanes in today's day and age. And honestly, what he was doing before back in the day regardless, so like again taking out a power forward and putting him on the outside and not having him be more of a paint presence, that does open up the lane for him a lot more, and Derrick Rose would score a lot easier. And then he talked about like the hand checking thing and just being able to be more physical. They free up the game more and more for the offensive people for marketing. But I agree with John Wall, but also I do disagree though at the same time. I agree because the lane would be wide open. Yes, it would. But I disagree in the sense of, you go into the rack and that lane's wide open, you going to get a dunk. But on the other end, they're going to come down and shoot a 3. So it's you going to get a dunk. That 3 is going, especially being shot efficiently, which they do shoot it efficiently these days, that 3 is going to outmatch that 2 any day. So I'm going to take the efficiency when it comes to winning basketball games, and that's how it evolves. But when it comes to actually watching basketball games and like it being fun, it's kind of tough in today's day because it lacks creativity, because efficiency and creativity don't usually align. Efficiency and creativity don't usually align. It's usually a structured process for efficiency, and then creativity comes up every so often.
Man, I'm not trying to hear this shit from John Wall. I'm sorry, man.
First of all, John Wall was a buck.
He was, so I don't want to hear if I was in my time. He was drafted in 2010.
Yep.
So we got to say his prime is what? 2014. 2013. 2013.
No, John Wall's prime was
John Wall's
prime was as soon as he walked in the league. He fell down, but John Wall's prime was as soon as he walked in the league and was first few years. John Wall wasn't this dude that like Steph Curry that walked in and did okay and got just career started going up. John Wall, and honestly, that's why he threw in D Rose, because honestly, they had similar coming into the leagues. They came into the league as high-powered scorers, both of them. Derrick Rose won his MVP in his first couple years, and freaking John Wall was a buck, and everybody knew it when he was there. There was just nobody.
Damn Derrick Rose.
First of all,
I feel like,
let's get one thing straight. John Wall was a buck, bro, in a very good NBA player, and nobody was sitting there moving him out the way. Like freaking Trae Young. Trae Young's been longer and more consistent, but that's like saying Trae Young was like, ain't that like, and people try to be like, oh, Trae Young's just whatever. But you can't say that, bro, because they were the point guard for their team, and people wasn't sitting there just moving them out the way to be the point guard. When John Wall didn't want to be the point guard anymore, that's when he wasn't the point guard anymore. When he stopped like trying to get better at basketball.
We're not too far from the era where he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, the open lane. It's not too far away. I feel like he's the wrong person to say it. I feel like he's not the right person to talk about it. Me personally.
That's a too bigs time. The 2010s is a too bigs time though. Just again, you gotta realize we're in you gotta realize we're in 2025, bro.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yes.
So that's not like it was like 10 years. That's 15 years ago, Coop. 2010.
When they go
Kobe,
make their first
14, 15?
14, 15.
But even then, that's a different type of basketball, bro. That's a different type of basketball, because even just in 09, 10, the Lakers won back-to-back.
Yeah, it was the Lakers, yeah.
And what did they have? They had Bynum and Gasol. Those are two true bigs. Bynum and Gasol, two true bigs. Gasol can shoot the mid-range and shoot the three, but he's a true big,
But
though.
that's why I said I think around like 2012, 2013, the game has elevated to that. Open
And
lane
John
proper.
Wall's career did not go too far after that, bro.
I got
His career
I think
did-
he's the wrong person to say.
His career did not go too far after that.
My man LeBron is still in the game, and you talking about it. Your day.
But
I'm
it wasn't
sorry,
his day.
yeah.
But look, but that's the thing. LeBron
Curry's
went,
still in the game, and you
And it's
talking
still-
about it.
again. He's not saying that he's not saying this is the reason he's not in the league.
No, I'm saying,
But he's just saying like the league's different, bro. But even Curry,
He can't
bro,
watch the game.
Curry gets
He
to
can't-
Curry gets to the lane a lot easier than he used to when he first got in the league. He does. Curry gets it. Have you seen Curry get to the lane and shoot easy layups?
I didn't watch.
I've seen him just be able to, and I understand. I understand he's a very good 3-point. No, I see him do that more in the second half of his career because the game's more open and it's less people in the paint. I see Curry get wide open layups because there's not enough people to help over because people are sitting there on the 3-point line.
Here's what I'm trying to say. He was a part of that transition period. That's what I'm saying.
He was in the beginning of it, but he wasn't
Yeah.
it. Like he was in the beginning of it. He didn't go well along with it.
I don't know, man. I don't think John Wall is the person to talk about it. Oh, shout out to Trae Young. He was traded to Washington for nickels.
Yo, but honestly, that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted.
Trae Young needed to get out of Atlanta
He wanted
because Atlanta is an emerging market. They want a team that's gonna be good, and Trae Young cannot be the fall guy for your team not being good. The dude's been averaging 20 and 10 for like the last 10 years, and he's still the fall guy. You had a team around him with Clint Capella and Hunter and all these guys, and still not another scorer. So I can't say that Atlanta is his fault. He did Atlanta a service while being there, but I feel like he doesn't want to be Atlanta's fall guy anymore. He doesn't want to be the bad guy in Atlanta for them not winning when he's one of the best things that has happened to that program. The last best thing since Trae Young for Atlanta was Josh Smith.
Josh Smith was that guy.
And he was good, but he still didn't do for Atlanta what Trae Young did. Trae Young was out there putting up 20 and 10 for years and not trying to find other teams. He's just been sitting there chilling in ATL. So I'm happy that Trae Young is getting to go to a market to where he's just going to be able to freely play. Don't nobody give a damn about no Washington basketball. Washington don't even give a damn about Washington basketball, so he'll be able to freely play there.
They was getting buckets against the Warriors. They was getting buckets after he left. So they was getting buckets and all that.
The Hawks?
Yeah, the Hawks, yeah.
Hey.
But
that's what that helps the narrative, though.
He said
that helps the narrative. As soon as he leaves, didn't they do that with the Clippers too? As soon as Chris Paul left, the Clippers went on a 3-game winning streak. The Clippers is Kawhi's getting 50, James Harden's getting 50. None of these dudes can be guarded, and that's all because Chris Paul left, right? Yeah, I bet.
And they are doing badly.
What's next, Coop?
I'm trying to see what the hell that is. This is not on the topic discussion. It is up for discussion on Ja Morant being traded. How you feel about that?
Oh, I like it. He doesn't want to play there. He feel like the
coach,
city.
the coach.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play there. He's asking the coach to do certain things or just trying to be a part of the team, and he feels like the coach doesn't want him to be that much a part of the team, or he feels like he's a cancer. Whatever he feels like the coach is feeling, he's not feeling it. So Ja Morant, I don't think he's gonna be there for long because he's not gonna play to his full potential.
Who do you think is the best fit for him? What, the Lakers?
Hell no.
Oh, I know. I feel like I know what you're about to say.
Say if LeBron, say he put the gun hands up to Luka's head for not playing defense.
Houston. I thought that's what you was about to say.
No, I do like Houston. I don't know if they have the money for him. I don't know if they have the money for him because
and who's going to be the trade value for him?
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like you can't. Yeah, no. Yeah, Van Fleet isn't enough for
somebody mentioned
Ja Morant. But that would F him up just being in Miami. There's such,
Yeah,
there's such thing as where you are too. There's such thing as where you are matters.
Yeah, if you go to the Heat, you know what I'm saying? Miami's that type of place.
You know who I would like to see Ja Morant with?
Ooh.
I would like to see Ja Morant in Minnesota. I want to see Ja Morant with Ant Edwards, bro. I think that would be a different type of thing. That they're like two villains of the league.
They
are.
I
feel like they would play well together. One, I know they would play well together. They both gonna play.
So?
What?
I know you. We talked about this before. You know what the crazy part is?
Ja Morant and
early this year,
and
Ant
Edwards,
and you described it.
It would just be like a bro.
No,
bro. They
that's
would
too much
literally.
class.
Ant Edwards would do whatever he wants, or Ja Morant would go to the rack and be able to kick out. You know, one of Ja Morant's biggest problems. He don't got no bucket to kick out to. He's the biggest bucket on his team, and he's the point guard. If he had Ant to kick to, come on now, stop it.
That's hard.
Stop it.
I don't think so.
And then Ant,
I get what you're saying. I would love to see it.
And then what's Ant's biggest problem?
He don't got nobody.
He don't got nobody to kick to. Who can go get their own?
I don't think Randall's that.
Come on now.
And Gobert's.
And they both gonna play defense. They both gonna play
17.
defense. They don't care about who you are, what you talking about. They on that. So I would like to see Ja Morant and Ant Edwards on the same team.
Will it work out? I don't know.
I think it would work, but I don't think we'll be able to see it. I don't know if we'll see it, but I would love to see it though. They bring the same type of energy, in my opinion, and they both gonna play defense, bro, and they both gonna talk their shit. They should be like, yo, if y'all want us to be villains of the league, cool. We gonna be villains together, and they gonna turn this league up.
I was about to say.
That's what I would like to see.
What about you? Yeah, I don't know. Good fit. I don't know who they point guard is. What's his name? Fournette? Fournier or something like that? Who's their point guard for?
Fournier?
For the Orlando? You don't think that'll be a good lineup?
Ja Morant in Orlando with
Your boy.
Paulo's ball dominant.
Oh, now they guard is King. They guards are Bane, Black,
and Bane just left him too, though.
Jones, Richardson, Robertson, and Suggs.
Bane just. I don't think Ja Morant would fit over there because Bane is coming into more of a scoring position while being over there. And then if Ja Morant went over there, I think Bane would diminish his position just like he did while he was over in Memphis.
What about nah, he can't go there because it's Tyrese Maxey's right there. I was about to say
it's tough to see, bro.
I was about to say 76ers.
It's tough to see somebody else win that he would go to, but I like the Timberwolves. I like the Timberwolves just for I think they can make it work with whatever.
They sitting at number 4.
And those two with Rudy, all Rudy really gotta do is just rebound.
Guess where the Rockets are sitting at?
What they at?
Yes.
Don't say 5. You say 7? Don't say they out of the playoffs.
They 7. They in the play-in.
Ooh.
They dropped down to number 7. Oh,
that's still against.
That's what we need to get to. Thank you for reminding me. Kevin Durant lost his mind.
What did he do
against his team?
What did he do?
They lost him. He felt like they lost him the game. Where they feel like they didn't slow down the game. They felt like what's his name? Your boy Thompson. They feel like he needs to start slowing down the game. They was like it was in reach and stuff like that. But he lost his shit. Threw a bottle and everything. I forgot to put that in the chat.
Kevin Durant did this?
I don't know what he threw. He threw something on the sideline. Yeah, he got up and all that. Yeah. What is going on with your boys?
Too many podcast interviews.
Oh man, you've been listening to Drake too much. That's what it is, man.
So Kevin Durant crashing out.
Kevin Durant is crashing out. Oh, they've been on a 3-game losing streak.
That's probably why.
Well, four out of the last 5 losing streak. They lost to Dallas, Portland twice. Sacramento.
Their biggest thing, they do not have their point guard.
I'm not trying to hear none of that
Rockets'
shit.
biggest, and this is again, everybody wants to talk about point guards aren't important. Point guards are whatever. Blah. Everybody just needs swing guys. You just need to be able to do this.
Trying to hear none of that.
They look like shit without a. They look like they need a point guard if you watch them.
1,000%. But
They
I don't give
look
a damn.
like- they like, yo-
I never said.
Like yo, you watch them play. It's just like yo, damn, what are they doing?
1,000%.
They look like they need a point guard. So Fred VanVleet, yo, again, you were spot on with that podcast when you were on there with Kevin Durant because scorers need point guards to make, and it's not to score. It's so that one, you can score more and you can win and score and you can score efficiently.
And he's a
Like,
dog. I could give it to him. He's a
yeah,
dog.
he gonna play defense. But
He's a
the thing
dog.
that they diminish about point guards true point guards is the fact that they get you the ball exactly where you want it. Chris Dunn is a true point guard, bro, and he gets you the ball where you want it. He gonna play defense. That's why he's getting paid millions of dollars in the league right now, because he's going to get you the ball exactly where you want it. I saw a play. Chris comes down, takes the baseline on somebody, and instead of trying to take a contested layup, trying to find his bucket, he fakes the layup a little bit and then draws back around to the middle to draw the center in. And now the center comes over him. He throws the lob over to Zubac because now his man's guarding him.
Shout out to Chris on his bobblehead night, too.
Bro, this is true point guard shit, bro, but everybody's not going to look at that. Everybody's going to look at the buckets that come along with it or the buckets that go with the game. Bro, I promise you guys, dog, Chris Dunn gets people the ball exactly where they want to score. It's not a coincidence that all these people on his team are getting 50 and shit, and everybody's happy. And honestly, everybody that plays with Chris is happy with Chris. Lauri Markkanen didn't want him to leave. Lauri Markkanen wanted him there for as long as possible because he got him the ball exactly where he wanted. Shout out Chris
In
Dunn.
regards to Kevin Durant, I ain't trying to hear none of that
Kevin
shit.
Durant wanted Chris too. Just saying.
I don't want to hear nothing
Kevin
about
Durant
it.
wanted Chris on his team too.
I don't want to hear nothing about it. That's not what I heard at the beginning of the year. It's not trying to hear nothing.
Oh, first of all, I still said the same.
You said the same thing.
I still said the same thing.
You said
as
the
long
same
as they
thing.
make the playoffs, I think they'll be decent. But still, without a point guard, bro, that's scary to me. Without a point guard, that's scary to me.
You
I
said
don't like that.
you've been calling. You said it. Everybody else didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people who was coming at me, and I get text messages and stuff.
We might have to have bro back on that.
Please get Mikey back. Mikey, please come back on the show. We need to talk about it. How you feel about it? Come back on the show, man.
What's next?
Oh, it's not on the list right now. Not on the list.
All right,
Anything else?
that's smooth. Right next is for the day. We have the markets, but honestly, I haven't been looking at much of the market too much. I've been very focused on Microsoft, specifically Microsoft and Nvidia, because they're both on their way down on the weekly charts. So I'm watching Microsoft and Nvidia very closely to see where to buy in right now. So I haven't been looking at too much of the other market, but that's going to be my sentiment for today. Microsoft and Nvidia are getting into buying positions that I like. All right. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research and please seek financial advice from somebody, from a financial advisor or somebody that professionally handles finance. But Microsoft and Nvidia are getting into are lowering down on the 1 week charts and getting into dollar cost averaging territories. I'm not saying this is the bottom. Please understand that I'm not saying this is the bottom for Nvidia and Microsoft, but these are opportunities where it gets low and where opportunities from, and even if it gets lower, I'm gonna just dollar cost average down. So just saying, this is not financial advice. Coop, you ain't got any advice for the Jits today?
Not advice for the Jits. I'm gonna just turn this into my shout out because I just thought about it. Yo, out of this is my 5th year in the middle school. I'm finally starting to see kids be kids, man. Shout out to us, man, the staff who kind of created that
culture,
that environment, man, to where kids can feel like they can be kids. They ain't got to be the tough guy. They ain't got to I'm proud to say there's no real big bad tough guys in our school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to see kids just be kids, man. Just listen to their conversations, to listen how they vibe out and not doing the extra stuff, acting like they grown. Shout out to staffing for creating an environment where kids can thrive and be just kids.
That's a fact.
That's a message to the kids and the staff, baby.
Definitely shout out the BDJ staff, yo. Shout out the BDJ staff. Because
stop trying to be modest, man.
Yo,
you was part of that creation.
Again, I was a part of it, but y'all still got y'all still clicking over there, and I love it though.
You guys
are the level right now. You guys are the bar in the district right now, and I love it.
You was the start of that mission, good brother.
And shout out New London High School because that's obviously where I work now. Shout out AMMS, and the cultures there are building and working towards the right spot. They have loving people in all of these buildings. Just having the teamwork and the connectedness of Benny Dover is what helped Benny Dover be what Benny Dover is. And the representation that they have from the staff that connects with the students. There's genuine representation that looks like the students, so it helps. But yeah, shout out all the schools. And my advice for the Jits today: surround yourself around people that you want to surround yourself around. I know sometimes that we surround ourselves around who's there, but if people aren't being nice to you, or people are doing like back-ended jokes that are like supposed to be funny, or people think it's funny but you don't really think they're funny,
degrading you,
please remove yourself from those situations, because you're just being a punching bag, and they might not know it and you might not understand it. But don't be in places where you feel uncomfortable, or even don't be in places that people can make you feel down, or people choose to make you feel down and they don't realize it. And even if you speak up and they keep going, then you need to remove yourself from the situation. You need to be the light in your life, because there's going to be a whole lot of darkness trying to fill it no matter what. And other people will try to put their darkness on your life. You have to be the light in your life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. When in doubt, keep it a
buck, baby.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who does. Thank you to everybody who listens, watches, shares. We really appreciate y'all. We're going to keep trying to put on some good stuff for y'all.
Let's get it, man. Numbers keep running up, man. And it's all thank you to y'all and the supporters, man. So we appreciate y'all.